So, you fall into the Kibbe natural body type and you need a 30-piece winter capsule wardrobe. Well, come into my closet. Let me help you. Hey you, welcome back to my channel, What I Wore to the Store, a place where I help women get dressed to go to everyday, regular places. My name is Sophia and I have over 40 years of experience wearing clothes. If you're a flamboyant natural or a soft natural, today's your lucky day because we're building a 30-item winter capsule wardrobe just for you. If you don't know what a capsule wardrobe is, it is when you select a specific number, whether that be 9, 12, 15, in our case, 30, because I am not a minimalist when it comes to clothing, as you can see behind me. Anyway, you choose a specific amount of clothing and you wear that for an entire season. And you try not to wear anything else. I'm not really that type of girl. You can wear what you want to wear. This video is especially for the ladies who kind of are building their wardrobe from scratch, or they're just feeling overwhelmed by their closet and they just want to get down to the nitty gritty of things and like, what should I wear? This is for you. I'm going to try to keep things a little bit basic, a little bit fundamental, a little bit rudimentary so that these items can be easily mixed and matched. So we're going to stick to fundamental shapes, maybe some interesting things here and there, some interesting colors here and there, but we're trying to keep it pretty basic so that you can easily mix and match these things so that you're not feeling bored with your closet for the winter. So we're going to just jump right in and look at some clothes, if that's all right with you. Okay, let's begin with tops. We got a sweatshirt, we got a plaid flannel shirt, a long, maybe this should be in the coat section, but we have a long line wrap front sweater, long v-neck sweaters, and some wrap neck shirts because soft naturals and flamboyant naturals need to show more of our neckline because we have very broad shoulders, and sometimes if you wear a crew neck or a regular turtleneck, that can make your shoulders look a lot more broad. So you want something with at least some draping either off the shoulder or something that has a V-neck or a scoop neck or even a sweetheart neckline to expose more of the neckline area to draw your eye down as opposed to out towards your shoulders. So those are the tops we have. Let's move on to pants. And as I've said before, every body type looks good in a flare and every body type looks good in a straight leg, but we haven't done a flare yet. So I decided to add them for the naturals since the naturals look best in flare. When I say best, I mean everybody looks good in a flare, but the naturals look a little better than most. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, we had a flare leg jean, a washed black wide leg jean, some black sweatpants, a flare-legged brown taupey color trouser, and some brown leggings with a piping stripe, whatever you want to call it, down the front. Let's move on to skirts. We have two skirts here, similar in shape because naturals need something that has a little bit of flow. I added the first skirt, which is really cute. It's like a trouser type skirt, but it's got this ruffle type detail in it, and it is cut in an A-line. That's going to look very flattering on the soft and flamboyant natural body types. And this next skirt is also a skirt that is very flattering on the natural body type. If you find skirts that are cut like this, go for it. The dresses, I mentioned before about turtlenecks and how it can make your shoulders look broad. But I think this one will be okay, especially since it has some ruching, which will add some interest down lower on the body that should draw your eye down. If not, you don't look terrible in a turtleneck. It's really the crew necks that don't look great. So with this leather dress, I would suggest not buttoning it all the way to the top. I would suggest unbuttoning it to bring your eye forward a little bit. Let's move on to coats. Naturals look fantastic in fringe. Naturals look fantastic in things that have movement. And if you're going to wear a fabric that is a little bit more sturdy, it should have some movement to it. Nothing too stiff. So this fringe belted coat, because especially the soft naturals look best with a little waist definition, this coat will look great. Next, we have a wild card. We have a fur coat, which I added, I try to keep it very fundamental, but the reason I was able to add this is because fur is very trendy right now. This winter season, there's fur everything. So this is a relaxed fur coat. Even though in this image, it kind of looks like the shoulders are a little more structured, it's actually not. Maybe I'll add in a picture here. And it's hooded, which gives it an even more relaxed feel because the natural body type actually still looks pretty dressed up and put together, even in things that are more relaxed, more undone, as opposed to really all of the other body types. So I added a hooded fur coat. I added a belted high neck puffer coat and a long line wrap coat in this burgundy maroon color. I thought this would be a nice change from the camel or gray or black that we're used to seeing. I decided, okay, let's just throw on a little bit more color because this capsule doesn't have very many bold colors in it. So we're going to use color throughout the capsule as opposed to having pops of color. You'll see what I mean. These are the coats. Let's move on to the shoes. The shoes we have here are a tan bone colored tall boot with a kitten heel because we're choosing things that are very wearable. We've got a snake skin pump here that has a ankle wrap detail situation. And the reason I like this snake skin is because naturals also look very good in natural fibers, whether that be cotton, linen, animal prints, soft leathers, things that are textured, things that look natural. Now, I don't want people to get caught up in the names of these body types because the name isn't going to exactly tell you what you should be wearing, especially if you're like, say, a theatrical romantic or a gamine. What is a gamine? Have you ever heard that word before? You haven't really. So don't depend on the name to tell you what to wear. But in the natural case, it does kind of help. Natural fibers look very good on the natural body type. So that's why I chose this snakeskin pump as well as this woven leather, what is it called? Loafer. Whew, sorry, guys. I've chosen loafers for some of the other body types, but I chose this woven leather because it gives more texture and it's a little softer, less shiny than a lot of the other loafers. And we have a classic Converse Chuck Taylor 70. Now I'm going to tell you this. If you choose a Chuck Taylor, I'm going to tell you to choose the Chuck 70s because they have a more pointed toe. The sole is more, less dopey kind of looking. I used to wear the original Converses, but since they've come out with the 70s, I have switched over into Chuck 70 and I like them way better than the original Converse. They look a little less dopey. That's the only word I can come up with. They look a little more, sophisticated, if you will. You kind of can't tell in this picture, but if you get a Chuck Taylor, get the 70s and they go with everything. These operate just like a Nike blazer, just like it's a very versatile shoe. Anyway, these are the shoes. All right, we have this polka dot scarf that's in a brownish maroonish color. Then we have a plain cashmere off-white winter white scarf. And then a wild card, I chose this patent leather baseball hat. We haven't chosen any baseball caps previously, but naturals look very good in a more relaxed type of look. So I decided if any other body type should wear a baseball hat, it is us naturals. And if you know me, you know that I often wear them. Okay, here's a look at everything here. And we got quite the collection. I think we can build quite a few looks with these items. So let's build some outfits. Like I've said in the other videos, I'm not going to go into extreme detail on the outfits, but I will tell you this. I absolutely love this Frankie Shop sweater. It's too expensive for me, but I decided to put it in there anyway. We're going to wear that sweater with the flare leg jean and the tall boots underneath. The next two looks are really nice monochrome looking outfits that I think will look very good on the natural body types. That's our first set of looks. Let's move on to the next set. The next look, we're going to dress down the fur coat with a Canadian tuxedo. We're wearing denim on denim and the patent leather hat and our Chuck Taylors. And the next two looks are also two very nice monochrome looks, but the middle one especially, I love the pop of red in that puffer coat. And that's going to look so nice. It's going to create a very nice hourglass shape. All right, the next group of looks we have here. I love this leather dress. I added in the scarf and the pump. The middle look. If you have never worn a loafer with some sweatpants and a sweater or even a sweatshirt, it's a very cute look. The shape of that pant actually goes very well with a loafer. If you have some sweatpants and you're struggling to dress them up or dress them differently than you're used to wearing with sneakers, try a loafer. All right, the next looks we have here. I have this button-down shirt that is buttoned on like a bias, if you will. It comes across the chest, which makes the shoulders look less broad for the natural body type. If you're going to wear a button-down shirt, unbutton it or find a nice one like this where it is cut to the side. So it cuts your body across and divides it so that it does not look as broad or as wide. All right, couple more looks here. What do we have? We have that fringe coat, that button shirt again, and I love this middle look with the sweater and that flowy skirt and that tall boot. That's going to look so nice, especially since this coat and the skirt can either lean maroon or brown depending on what you put it with. The last look, I also love that color palette together. Those light colors with that rich chocolate brown coat. Chef's kiss. Love that together. What we got next? We got almost a monochrome look with the maroon coat and maroon v-neck sweater and the brown trousers with that brown maroonish color polka dot scarf and then the boots that we will wear underneath. Once again, we're wearing our sweatpants with a sweatshirt, a Black Panther sweatshirt, and the loafers. I think that's very cute. And the last look, we decided to dress the dress down with our Chuck Taylors and that wrap front sweater. Let's take a look at the last group of outfits we have here. We're wearing our Black Panther sweatshirt with some leggings and some loafers, and we would tie that denim shirt around our waist just in case it's a little bit more chilly than we expected, and just to add some more texture to the look. The middle look, we are wearing that bandana kind of neck sweater with the trouser skirt and the pump. And the last look, we're going to dress the skirt down with a denim shirt. And those are the looks, you guys. Okay, naturals, I hope you enjoyed this winter wardrobe capsule situation that we did today. If you did, click that like button for the culture so that other people can learn the same information that you got to learn today. How about that? And subscribe if you haven't already, because there's way more to come, and especially if you're a romantic, because we are doing you next. Romantics, stay tuned for your 30-item winter capsule wardrobe. That's it for me, you guys. I gotta go. But before I do, I just want to encourage you to be you and be the most you-est you could ever be, because everybody else is taken. So you're still here. That's awkward. What are we gonna do? Oh, I know. We're gonna put on some jeans because it's time for denim. It's my favorite time of the video. It is the time when I get to put on a random pair of these jeans and try them on for you and style them in a way that I would wear them to a regular place on a regular day. We're not doing anything fancy. We're not going anywhere fancy, to be honest with you. So let's style some jeans. But first, let's pick them. Okay, let's do... I'm feeling a little nostalgic today. Y'all see my look? It's giving like early 2000s, you know, like high school. I don't know. So we're going to do a little nostalgic look. Yes. We're going to choose this pair of American Eagle low rise. They're supposed to be low rise. They're not. They're like the new age low rise, because back in the day they used to be low rise. But these are supposed to be low rise kick boot jeans. Yeah, I remember bootlegs. So let me just say this. Nothing is out of style anymore. There's no such thing as that's out of style. As long as you look good, it's in style. As long as you're comfortable, it's in style, okay? Nothing is out of style in 2025, 26. You got it? As long as you like it, it's in style. And I'm going to put on these bootleg jeans for you and show you that they're still in style, okay? All right. Okay, this is me with my bootcut American Eagle jeans on, you guys. I love these jeans, not to mention they are very comfortable, but they're also very nostalgic. They remind me of 1999, baby. I used to stay in some bootcuts and some flare jeans. Put them on with some ankle boots and a long line sweater. And it's giving 90s. It's giving, I'm a early 2000s girly. And then I realized it was cold outside, so I needed a coat. That would be long enough to cover up that sweater because we don't want the hemline peeking out. Then I put on this pink hat just to add a little more color, a little more interest to the look. And this bag that is also reversible. You can wear it crossbody or you can wear it as a backpack. Oh yeah, I put on my 90s style sunglasses. And here I am switching it over to a backpack so you can see. And yeah, that's the look, you guys. That is my look. Bye.